If you're tired of a man not giving you what you want, he's not stepping up to the table, stepping up to the plate and giving you the commitment, the adoration, the cherishment that you desire from him to be your man, to be your protector, provider, hero, and love you for life, then this video is exactly what you need right here, right now. We're going to be looking at some clips from around the internet to show you exactly how to activate this within a man, how to activate his hero instinct, his commitment instinct, his desire instinct to provide for you, to give you that love that you want. I'm Brody Boyd with Magnetize Your Man, and for over 20 years combined with my wife, Antia, we've been helping thousands of successful women all over the world to get a loving, long-term, and committed relationship with the man they want. So let's go ahead and dive right in.
So we've been hanging out for like 2 months now. Yeah. Which has been great. You know, texting all the time, seeing each other almost every day. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to date anyone else. And I was just wondering if you were ready to officially say we're a couple. Oh, I don't think we need to put like a label on it, you know? Oh. I mean, we're having such a good time together, you know? Like, let's not ruin that. Do you have like a timeline on when you would feel comfortable being exclusive? Not really. I just like to see where things take us, you know? Okay. So I'll see you back at my place tonight? No, unfortunately, I won't be able to continue seeing you anymore. What? Why? Because I'm looking for someone to have a committed relationship with. We see each other all the time. You know I like you. Why are you pressuring me like this? I'm not trying to pressure you. I'm trying to allow you to live your life however you want to. And while this is still really sad for me, I need to honor and respect my standards and needs as well. So you're gonna break up with me over something stupid like a label? Well, it's not stupid to me, and I can't break up with you because you literally just told me we're not together.
A situationship means a situation you've been caught into, that you've allowed to continue, that is not ultimately what you want, and it is not providing you with what your heart really desires. And at the end of the day, you have to be willing to set a boundary with yourself if a man isn't showing you that he's caring for your heart, valuing your heart, wanting to go deeper with you in life. You have to set a boundary and be willing to walk away. It could involve walking away from a conversation, walking away from the relationship temporarily, or walking away permanently. But to be able to walk away shows that you're a valuable woman, that you're a queen, and oftentimes that will shift him to be able to come back to you and want to actually treat you like a queen. And if he doesn't, you're already practicing being that high value feminine woman, so another man, better, more willing to actually show care for your heart, is going to be called into your life to actually give you what you really need and deserve.
This is one big thing you need to avoid if you want to be in your feminine energy in romantic relationships. Stop trying to fix him. Stop trying to give him solutions to his problems. Stop trying to control him. Stop giving him your unsolicited advice on what he needs to do. Stop treating him like he's your child. Let him actually face the consequences of his own actions. This is okay in rare occurrences, yes, but it should not become a pattern. And what this does is it makes him lose trust in his own masculine energy. And then he's gonna get into the habit that you have everything handled, you're in control, and he can lean back. That's not what you want.
This is so on point. I love to think of relationships like a dance. In a dance, if you're the one grabbing his hand, pulling him around, showing him what to do, here, let me do it for you, or this is how I want you to lead me, this is what I want you to do, this is where we're going, then he will never have the chance to actually be the leader for you. Sometimes you have to actually just let him either flop around, do nothing, or make mistakes. Because if he's going to learn how to lead you in a dance, he's going to need to learn the steps on his own. He has to be inspired into it. You can encourage him with feminine appreciation. You're doing such a good job. You're my hero. Thank you. I feel great. I feel awesome when you take the lead. It makes me feel safe. And let him step into that role. Let him start to practice making those decisions. And if he doesn't, you have to share how you feel about that. Because if he's just standing there and you're just standing there, that's not a dance. That's just two people standing, looking at each other, maybe roommates, but it's not a dance. It's not fun. It's not romantic. It's not passionate. So you have to share how you feel about that, what emotions are coming up, and hopefully inspire him from feeling your raw, feminine, open, vulnerable heart to be your leader, to be the hero, to start taking action, to start leading the relationship forward for your pleasure and for his pleasure. And if he doesn't, again, you may need to be willing to walk away, but likely he will start stepping up. He'll feel better because he's connected to his masculine core, and you're going to feel much better because you're going to be able to relax into your feminine core as well.
I am tired.
It's hard to imagine in a relationship having a higher level of cringe factor than a woman having to propose to a man. Don't do it. Say no. Say no. Walk away. Do not let yourself do it. Do not let your friends do it. Friends, do not let other friends propose to their men. I'm sure I don't need to say this to you. You get it. You got it. Good. But it is something that there is a tendency that women want to take the lead. Again, wanting to drive the relationship forward themselves, grabbing the steering wheel, being the masculine. I'm going to drive him. I'm going to drive this relationship, or I'm going to try to get an outcome. We're going this way. I want us to go this way. Rather than being, because the feminine is being, the masculine is doing and trying to get outcomes and solve problems and moving things forward, setting expectations. You are being, you are sharing, you're inspiring, appreciating him, and receiving. The masculine gives, the feminine receives. If you're giving him your proposal, you are in the masculine clearly and putting him into the feminine role where now he has to receive your gifts, your leadership, your commitment, and you end up raising a little boy that you have to take care of rather than a man who is your hero, protector, provider. So please say no to anything resembling this.
Open up a text. Please bring up your significant other or your best friend or your mom or dad, and I want you to write, what can I do to be a better partner or friend to you? Now hit send. Let's see what comes back. Who the hell is this? If anybody gets a good one back, did you get a good one back? What did you do wrong, is what he said, okay? The reason why I made you do that is to illustrate a point. The person you texted is the safest person on the planet to get feedback from. And the fastest way to deepen your relationships are to ask those kind of questions. And yet, the moment that you were about to hit send, you feel a rise of this, I'm not doing this. There was that resistance in you. That resistance is normal. The question is, inside of the gap, does that resistance in you win, or do you win?
Now, this text message is actually really great in the context of a masculine and feminine polarized relationship where you are in the feminine, you're in your feminine energy, taking the feminine role in the dance, to ask a man to help you, to ask a man to lead you and say, could you show me? Can you teach me? How can I be a better partner for you? What would you like me to do? Where would you like me to go? How can I speak more respectfully to you? How can I be more honoring and open with you? More feminine, more vulnerable? These kind of questions are great because it inspires him to start to take that lead, to start to guide, to start to show, to start to teach, to start to help, provide for you. The masculine provides and gives, the feminine is receiving and enjoying the process and the journey. Letting him lead you in that dance, letting him guide you in that dance can be very powerful in a way that you can shift often any dynamics that are off with him. You can use questions like this to shift it so that he is now moving into that role and you're stepping back and you're saying like, I could try to help you right now. I could try to do things for you right now. I don't want to. And I enjoy it much more when you're doing those things for me, when you're doing those things in general, when you're taking the masculine role. Could you show me what you would like me to do? How can I be a better partner? How can I be a better woman for you? It's very powerful.
No.
A queen respects herself. A queen sets boundaries with herself. And what's powerful about this video to say no to bad situations, bad men who aren't treating you well, men who aren't valuing you so that you raise your standards within yourself. And the key here is you're not actually saying no to them. You're saying no to yourself. You're setting boundaries with yourself. No, I'm not going to go down this road again. No, I'm not going to let myself be uncherished, uncared for, in a situationship where things are being strung along and breadcrumbs and nothing's happening. That is how you bring a man's value back to you. That's how you get him to respect you, is when you're respecting yourself enough to say no to yourself. I'm not going to do those bad behaviors anymore. anymore. I'm not going to disrespect men anymore. I'm not going to mother men anymore. I'm not going to control them and tell them what to do. I'm not going to be in my masculine anymore. No, 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 no.
When we don't communicate what our triggers are and we don't communicate how to soothe the triggers. So a trigger might be, for me, long separation without speaking. That's a trigger for me. If I don't say anything and I pretend I'm cool about it and then explode when he finally does call me, that's toxic. Right. But if I communicate and I say, babe, I really miss you, and you go too long without me, I get anxious. Please just check in. Oh, sorry, babe, I'll do that and more often. And I communicate my triggers and I give them the benefit of the doubt that they're not trying to trigger me. Then it's not toxic, it's just a human response. So you just have to communicate it and give them the antidote. This is what to do to soothe me. Teach them how to soothe you.
There's a lot of good points in here. The first one is that men aren't mind readers. We don't know often how our actions are impacting you. And what's very helpful, because if a man does have any level of care for your heart, he's getting his sense of value and masculinity from knowing he's doing a good job, that he's making you happy. If he's not making you happy, you need to share that. Just like in the dance, let him know it's not working. I need some guidance here. I need something else here. Can you please provide it for me so that he can give it to you and make you happy? Other key here is you want to share your feelings. You do want to share your feelings and your emotions, and do so respectfully. Do so in a way where you're not telling him, you're making me anxious, you're making me sad, you're hurting me. You're sharing it from a vulnerable place, an open place, such as I'm feeling anxious, or I'm feeling sad, or I was feeling anxious, or I was feeling sad if you were feeling it earlier, when he was gone, when he wasn't texting you. And then he'll naturally want to inquire. But first he's getting to feel your heart. He gets to understand what's going on in your system. He naturally wants to inquire, and then let him solve the problem. How would you like me to communicate with you better? Or how often would you like me to communicate? Sorry, babe, I won't do that again. Hopefully that's the ideal, that he's going to step up into his masculine because you've been vulnerable, because you weren't telling him what to do, because you weren't commanding him, but simply sharing your experience in a respectful way that wasn't energetically penetrating him from your masculine energy, that's now inspiring him into his masculine, healthy king energy to want to help, to want to provide, and make things better.